So if you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs. Okay. You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date.
What's up, family? It's your girl Samantha Lee, and I'm here with a video that I have something to say to, okay? To add to our I've Got Something to Say series. It's a video that's been going around the Instagram space. Somebody sent it to me, and y'all, it just really, because it's going so viral, I felt like it was appropriate for me to share my opinion on this. So y'all stay tuned. It's spicy. The video is spicy. It is spicy, and I definitely have something to say. And I want you guys to hear. But before I get into it, there's 3 things I want to put you guys on game about. Number 1, I want you to be part of our fast-growing Game Changer Nation. If you like the content that I'm putting out, if you like the message that I'm trying to send, not only to men, but to women as well, I would love for you to be a part of our family. And that only takes you hitting that subscribe button. It's absolutely free, and you get to be a part of our fast-growing Game Changer Nation. Number 2, I want you guys to also be aware of hitting that like button. That helps us in the algorithm to reach the message or let the message get out to as many people as possible. I feel like we're doing things that are meaningful. We're talking about things that are going on in the modern dating and relationship world. And I think it's important for us to get the message out. So hit the like button and be a part of that. Be a part of that. It means so much. Share it, like it. It means a lot. Last but not least, I'm going live every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I would love for you to join me on our lives. We talk about a lot of different popular topics. It's a lot of fun. We get to tell jokes, and I get to interact with you guys and meet y'all, and it means a lot to me. So I would love if you would join us, especially if you like the topics that we be talking about, and how we're growing and how we're going to continue to grow. So that's another thing I want to put on your radar. Now that I've gotten all that out the way, let's get into the clip. So this clip is taken from a podcast. I'm not sure what podcast it is. I will definitely give them their credit in the caption. But it seems like an all-woman podcast. And one of the hosts of the podcast makes a bold statement. She makes a bold statement. And this thing is gone viral, y'all. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the clip all the way through. And then I am going to play the clip in piece it out to what I have to say about it. Okay, so you get a full understand my reaction. It just makes it easier for me because sometimes y'all, I get so fired up that I forget all my points. Y'all know that y'all get in an argument with somebody and you wait till they say everything and then you have something to say, but you don't have the full of what you would say. You walk away from the argument like, dang, I should have said this. I should have said that. I don't want to do that. I want to give you everything that comes to mind. And so I'm going to play it all, and then I'm going to play it piece by piece and give you guys a reaction. All right? All right. So let's get into it. Let me get this video up.
So if you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs.
Okay.
You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoe, and now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel that's going to date you when you have no money. If she doesn't have that expectation, and I'm going to tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts because eventually you're going to want to run because she doesn't stretch you. She doesn't man that you need to become. She allows you to be this stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
Be cutting up.
I'm
you
just
talk about
saying.
me.
Okay. All right. Okay. So like I said, as promised, go ahead. You can put your comments below now. And I'm gonna play it again, and I'm gonna stop and pause, play, pause, and play. Okay. Let's go.
So if you're making $50,000, don't date.
My thing is, women say things like this, and then they get mad at men when they have other things to say about superficial qualities. Do I think that finances are important? We're not going to sit here and say it doesn't. It's not important. It is important. Finances are important, especially if we're talking about women. Finances are important, right? We have that's obviously what we're seeing on the internet space, right? So we're not going to make or negate that. Whatever. That's a fact. But I would also argue looks are important to men, right? And if men say anything about a woman's appearance, whether she's too big, too small, too this, too that, she's a 3, she's a 5, she's a 7, she's an 8, that would be like a man saying, if you are overweight, you can't date. You shouldn't date. You should get in shape before you start dating, because at some point, blah 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 blah, fill in the blanks. That's how superficial that statement is. And how much heat would a man get for saying things like that? We've already seen it. But that's my whole point. We cannot allow ourselves to, make these, the word comes juxtapositions, but we make these assertions about what a man should be and what they should do and how much they should make. But then when a man makes that same demand on you, you don't like it. You're an uproar. How could you? Body positivity, this, that, and the third. And here's the thing. I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. But then you can't get mad at a man who doesn't prefer that. I'm actually not mad about you preferring not to date men that make less than $50,000 or $50,000. I'm not mad that that's what you think. But don't put it out here like a outright rule, as if other women don't have a problem with that. I know women that they're earners. They make a lot of money. They're okay with dating with a man that loves them, cares about them, doing right by them, got good character, got good morals, got good integrity, is a good man. They could care less how much money he making. So we can't make flat out rules about the entire population of men and women and say, hey, don't date because you make $50,000. That's not true. There's women that don't care about that. You do. That's cool. You care about that. And the woman next to you cares about that. But there are women that don't care about that. Just like there's men that care about certain weights and you being this size versus that size. And then there's men that care about this size versus that size. Everybody has a different thing. And I don't like it when we make our preference the rule. That bothers me. Okay? It really bothers me. Because we allow this to go in the viral space, and I don't know if they're receiving hate for it or not. And listen, they're entitled to their position. And maybe this was edited in a way to make it sound like she was saying, everybody don't date nobody who's making $50,000 or less. I don't know. But regardless, I don't like it when we make flat out rules to the entire population. There are women that I know personally. And I know if I know some personally, I know that there's many more out there that do not care what a man makes, as long as he is treating her well, with respect. Maybe their thing is he's a man of God. Maybe it's that he's somebody that has the freedom and the flexibility to travel, so he can't have a job that has him tied to something. Like whatever that may be, there are women that literally do not care. I would even argue that there is more women that do not care about how much money a man makes than the reverse of men caring about, I don't care what a woman looks like. I think there's way more women that do not care what a man makes, as long as he's loving her, treating her well, and is choosing her. In dating culture today, because there's not a lot of men that want to get into relationships, let's be real. Okay? Not a lot of men that want to be in commitments. Right? Especially, you referenced Atlanta. Especially in Atlanta. There are women that are dating men with nothing. Like, with facts. Not. But that's your rule. You're allowed to have your standards, but don't be mad when somebody else got standards too and you don't make the cut. That's all I'm saying. All right. Moving along.
I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Dating does cost, but again, we live in a society where two people make, well, women have the potential to earn, just like men have the potential to earn. So if a woman, which I know women right now, that if they go on dates, they may end up being the one who front the bill. They're not caught up in a man paying. They're like, okay, I have this guy, I'm taking him out, or it's more of a 50-50 situation. Maybe they don't go to the 5-star restaurants that people want to go to. You know what I'm saying? And they're good with that because they got a man that loves them and treat them well. He may not be able to buy everything that she may want, but she can buy whatever she wants. But she got a man, a quality man that loves her. That's the problem. We don't understand quality. Quality is not how much money you make. Quality is in how you treat somebody, your character. You can have all the money in the world and treat the person that you are with like dirt. I see women leave that every day. And y'all have prioritized this, oh, he's got all this and he's got all that, and that's what I want. Yeah, okay. And then don't get mad when he don't treat you well. Don't get mad when he discards you like yesterday's trash because he found something better, because y'all have a superficial arrangement. He got money, you look good. There's a lot of women that look good, and he gonna keep having money. And so he's going, oh, well, you know what? She look better, so swap you out. Next city, swap you out. You can't be mad at that. This is very, very superficial conversation, which to me, you know, I understand, you know, if that's, this is not for relationships that are built to last. We have to have way more, because money comes up and down. Somebody can lose a job, right? And now we're in a financial bind. And now or somebody could go through something that impacts their ability to earn money. Are you still going to be there? Are you still going to be able to ride that ride? Things happen. Just like your physical could change. Women, our entire personalities change with certain things that happen in our lives. We want people to have that ability to be with us regardless. So if we out here feeding ducks at the pond and he gets a picnic from Publix, but he's making the effort to spend time with you, what's the problem? What does it matter if you're being treated well? That's what we got to focus on. It's not the man's resume, because that's what he's done. But what is your experience with that man? That's your truth. That's your reality. Let's keep going.
Everything costs. You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is going to need a sip of something. She's going to be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta.
So a guy making $50,000 can't buy a $3 bottle of water. Let's keep going. He could be somebody that budgets well. Even with that, a guy that makes $50,000 can definitely buy a bottle of water. Like, we're being very extreme here. Okay.
Not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make $50,000, but you live in a shoe, and now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel bitch that's gonna date.
No, that's not fair. And this is the part that kind of infuriates me the most about this, because I'm going to speak on the other side of this, because there is a part of this that I think I want to not necessarily agree, but I want to expound on. Okay. I think for me, a woman that chooses to date a man, regardless of what he makes, does not make her bottom of the barrel. That's your opinion. It's a very strong opinion, but I think that that's a woman that wants a man outside of what he can provide for her. And maybe they can build something together. She doesn't want a finished product. She's willing to build with him. She wants to build the legacy, build the building, build the empire together. She's not caught up on what he's making right now. She's caught up in who he is right now. That doesn't make her bottom of the barrel. That makes her deeper than the ocean. Because a lot of women think like you. Well, if you're not making a certain amount of money, then, especially here in Atlanta, what are you doing? Are we going here? Like, what? Girl, what is the problem? We in. Y'all, to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you. I get very nervous going on dates with people that, like, you know, to these expensive experiences, and then I don't like them. Because now you done invested so much into this experience with me, and I appreciate it, but what if I don't like you? What if when we go here, I don't like you? There's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. I'm keeping it real. You know, I'm keeping it real. So I think it's unfair. And then we're also not even talking about like age, right? Like, so what if a person that's watching this is a 20 or 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old girl in college? Ain't nobody working there. We all paying to be there. So what should she do? Should she, oh, well, you shouldn't date me because you don't make more than $50,000. He's a student just like you. We're setting up women to be single. That's the problem with this man. We're setting up women from the jump. You get this content, and anybody's watching this type of content, right? So whether you 17, 16, 15, 18, 19, 20, you know, you seeing this content, and you have these unrealistic expectations for men at these ages. I mean, it just is what it is. And it bothers me, man. It bothers me. It ain't bottom of the barrel. It's a woman who can see past what he makes and sees the human being, how he treats her, what he's talking about, the ambition. She's seeing character, baby. That's deeper than the ocean. Not what's in your wallet. That's superficial. And that makes you easily replaceable, because there's a lot of women concerned about what's in a man's pocket, ain't concerned enough about his character, how he gonna treat you. You know, be with a millionaire, billionaire guy, and he treats you like dirt. Would you want that? No, then you'd be mad about that. Sorry.
You when you have no money. If she doesn't have the expectation, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts, because eventually you're gonna want to run, because she doesn't stretch you. She doesn't make you the man that you need to become. She allows you to be this stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
Be cutting up.
I'm
You
just
talk about
saying.
me.
Now, she is cutting up, and I don't think she really knows what she's talking about. Don't no woman make a man. We can help them in their process, but a man makes a man. That's what I believe. That's why in my content, people be like, oh, why do you talk to women all the time? Because I'm a woman. I can talk to women about being a woman. I can't talk to a man about being a man. I can't teach a man how to be a man. I am not a man. I'm not a man. I'm here to support him. I'm here to be his cheerleader. I'm here to be his helpmate. I'm here to help facilitate whatever type of things he's got going on. I can't make him a man. That's where you got it wrong. My father made my brother a man. My brother's a man, excuse me. My stepdad helped facilitate my brothers becoming men. My mother couldn't do that. She's not a man. I don't care how strong her personality is. If I was to have a son, the father in that young man's life is going to help him become a man. That's why a lot of men become like their fathers, whether they were raised by them or not. Their mothers obviously have an influence, more so if you honestly, in who they choose as a partner. You know, that the mothers that you have in your life does impact who you decide to be with. But it's not the wives that make men men. We support them in being men. We love them. When the world is cruel, we are the cushion. We're the cheerleader. We're the helpmate. If a man wants something more traditional, you're the one who's taking care of the household, making sure everything's running well so he don't have to think about that while he's doing whatever he's got to do. If we're talking about less traditional roles, you guys may be sharing the responsibilities of the bills and everything else that comes into the household. But it sounds like you want a more traditional type of relationship without being more of a traditional type of woman. Because you don't make a man a man. You don't. The one thing I wanted to say here, y'all, and this is just real quick. I do want to say this. I think men in general, there's a quote that I've said before. A man's loyalty is tested when he has everything. A woman's loyalty is tested when a man has nothing. When a man is starting out and he, is making a certain amount of money, this, that, and the third, he attracts or gets into relationships with women that may not be his ideal, because maybe his ideal, he feels like he can't get where he's at right now in his career. And so let's say a couple years down the road, he ends up getting to higher levels of success, therefore has access to more women. Maybe because his confidence is up, maybe because of whatever that may be. That will make it harder for him to stay grounded in that relationship. You see it all the time. And it's not impossible, but you see it all the time where men, when they get to a certain level of success, they leave the woman that has been there throughout the journey for the woman that they didn't have access to or didn't feel that they had access to at a different part of the journey. That's the only reason why I would say that as women to be careful of that, because you want to be a man's ideal. You don't want to go into a situation where a man is with you and he's like, I will want to be with her, but I know I can't get her where I'm at right now, so I'm gonna settle with this until I get there. You want to be a man's preference. I know that's what I want to be. I want to be option number one. I want to be like when you at the peak of your career, at the top of your game, you want me here. That's what I would want as a woman, because as a woman, I am a woman, but I'm saying as a woman, that's what I want. So that's the only reason why I say that, because I would want to be my man's number one preference, no matter where he's at, no matter what he's got going on. And so that I would love to discuss that in the comments, what y'all think about that, because that's the only part of why I would say if you can't get the kind of women you want, because there's men that got enough swag, they could pull any kind of woman. I don't care what they make it. They got that fire. They just got that swag. They got that confidence. Doesn't matter what they making, they getting women. Okay. I just would wonder if, I just wonder about that. That's always been a thing for me. It's like, that's always been a thing for me. I don't know. Wouldn't want to be, I've seen so many women, unfortunately, I just have, where they were with their guys and, he ended up building an empire for himself and got a different kind of woman and left the woman that was there building with him. And so I really want to know what y'all think about that. What do y'all think about that? I want to hear that in the comments. All right, y'all. These are all my thoughts. I done downloaded all of them to you. Of course, as I've said a million times already, I want to hear what you have to say about this. What do y'all think? Should I do a live on this? I want to know your thoughts. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family, okay? Join my family today.